Tayshimadabs channel. Second episode, idiopathic gastroparesis disease. Excuses that disabled people hear from people that never understood, say. Hi, my viewers. This is Tay with Tayshimadabs, wanting to address the first of the 4 useless questions to ask a disabled person suffering from an idiopathic gastroparesis disease. Now, idiopathic can range not just in gastroparesis, it can go to lupus, Parkinson, and etc. forward. Idiopathic is something that you cannot have a doctor with all of his technology, all of his medication, help identify and isolate the problem to give you a clear dietitian path to get more stronger and deal with this condition a little more easier. So the 4 major useless questions that I've heard, including other disabled people have heard, are these. 1, there are people worse off than you. Why would anyone that you address social mannerism try to have some patience and politeness to try and make friends and socialize? The first thing they want to say when you express your disability that's disabling your everyday life little by little to somebody is selfish, self-centered, narcissistic, manipulative, and control freak that probably gets off on saying that phrase. There are people worse off than you. I'm like, obviously I am one of those people, just like every other disabled person. So your ass is normal. What gives you the right to judge me when you have no idea, and nor could you comprehend the pain that me and other people are suffering from? You better come up with a better response than that, because you don't understand the consequences of the barrel of fireworks you're about to release on a disabled person's mental psyche. They are fighters. Even if they fight to their last breath, losing all of their muscle and fat, starving to death, they so want to beat someone's ass, but they do realize, depending on the stage of where gastroparesis has left them, they will either yell and vocalize, or they will use what bit of strength they have to strategize a plan of attack, because they will not be held responsible for their brain and body is starving. You don't address somebody starving and expect them to take that insult lightly. Prepare for consequences. I'm sure all the normal people are going to be acting like, I don't want to hit a disabled person. You shouldn't antagonize a disabled person, period. 2. The other second useless question I hear people ask disabled people: you'll just have to tough it out. What do you think I've been doing from day one when I was discovering this condition was real in my evident life for I don't know how long of my life? Could be a lifelong debilitating condition. How would anybody with normal brains act like they know medically what's best for somebody disabled when they don't relate? They just want to be a busybody, nosy, unethical, unintelligent fraud, pretending like they care, pretending like they want to help, but they really don't really want to help. They just want to get off on the idea that they think they're karmatically making an advising point towards people that, like in my condition, disabled with this exhausting, almost feeling like I'm gonna throw up, and similar to like heartburn, like I'm gonna just vomit, and I'm trying so hard not to from the stress of ignorant people that are stupid. Ignorant people are the stupid people as far as I'm concerned. But anybody who tells you to tough it out, that's some bullshit you can throw over your shoulder and say, yeah, you can tell yourself that when you have a debilitating disease, then you're going to eat your fucking words. Literally. Because that doesn't make any sense to somebody disabled, because they're stronger than a normal person. They can dish out more pain living with it than somebody who just hurt their knee, fell off a skateboard, and they wonder why shit happens to them. I think it's mostly why karma does go back on those people that talk crap or give bad advice to disabled people like myself because they think, oh, I'm doing you a favor. No, you're not. You think you're giving advice like probably their parents try to tell them off in that way, and they want to get off thinking, oh, I'll mimic what my parents told me and that should help you get better. No, never. No disabled person's going to take any crap from any normal person. They will definitely yell out their opinions and make it known because no normal person doesn't have the strength to endure. I think a lot of suicides is from people that do not know how to cope with it, mostly because of people that are bringing them down, reminding them how much they have fallen, but not caring to at least work with them on what accomplishments they have made, to be stronger, to endure what we're living with. But the second one, you'll just have to tough it out. That's what some spoiled little brat learn from their parents that try to educate them to have more empathy and moral values, that they have no respect for themselves. So all my disabled people out there, don't take what that crap sentence is not something you need to take focus on. They can't apply it in their lives, so you don't have to apply it if they ain't showing it for themselves. 3. The excuse that disabled people hear, as well as myself, but you don't look sick. It's like, are you analyzing me? And trying to assume I'm imagining, making up, that my condition is not real because you're an outside vessel from me. Doesn't mean you get to tell my brain and body how you feel to my characteristics of disability that I feel since day one when I was diagnosed. When I hear, but you don't look sick, that's not to me a compliment. And if somebody is trying to make it look like a compliment, they're usually trying to drop your guard down and to make you think they're having your best interest by advising. Any kind of suggestion in that phrase is well alone an insult, even though they want to act like it's a compliment. No, that question that would come up, but you don't look sick. Somebody is clearly trying to analyze you and make you feel like you don't look like it. Maybe you're just doing this for attention. I'm like, no. You call this sentence a compliment, you're asking for a lot of angry attention. The phrase, but you don't look sick, is not a compliment to me because most people that would understand when somebody's in a wheelchair, paralyzed, or invisible disease paralyzed within that you will never comprehend because you're normal. Normal people and stoners that are normal, that do whatever they want with their bodies, they need to have more respect for the disabled stoner and disabled people alike, because we are so much more fighting than you recreationally are enjoying your life. And every time I look at that phrase, it makes me wonder, why would somebody continue saying that in a sentence and then turn it into a guilt trip? Like they're supposed to make you feel better because they meant that phrase to be a compliment. All my disabled viewers out there, please really question everything that comes out of a normal person's mouth when they address you, because they will try and cut you down at the very least because they think everything is survival of the fittest. Bullshit. Everyone disabled is surviving of the fittest. We are proving ourselves. Even if people pray to God, they would say God's testing them. Well, obviously they're enduring a hell of a lot more of a trial than a normal person that takes their life for granted. But that's just my take on it. Right now, I'm just, from being dry still, I'm continuously having the spasm pains, having the nausea to where it feels like I'm gonna vomit, like it's a burn, like a heartburn, but it's not. Just I'm constantly dry, not just dry from weed and anything else, just dry and in general. It's like when you have gastroparesis or are symptomatically related to the idiopathic disease of gastroparesis disease, there could be sympathy pains that come in all different shapes and sizes, but I'm still going to the doctor and still researching my conditions. I'm only making more people aware that gastroparesis is killing over 5 million people and counting, and there is no cure. Yet I believe gastroparesis is just far more worse than any other disease because you're starving from the stomach. You're not starving from your brain. You're not starving from your heart. This is the one point that gets everything nourished like a farmer spreads the water and seeds across the land as a gardener. You're gardening your body. And if this one area of your stomach is failing you, then the whole crop of your body's growth will no longer continue its harvest and reach a new peak of growth. It just slows down. And we need supporting people in our lives to give us not just hope, but to endure more with positive and in acknowledging the negative, because we have to take both dualities into account. And as disabled people, we can't just focus on positive when we're living the negative every second of the day. You can't force a fake emotion. That will alone stress you out and make you believe you lied to yourself, and that'll make you more angry, and you do not want to do that. Believe me, I've grown up around a Jehovah's Witness family. I know what it's like to be guilt-tripped, manipulated, brought down, low self-esteem to where I'm supposed to follow them, yet they're supposed to be family to make me feel like I'm a part of a whole, not like I'm a collective of I gotta obey the queen of the freaking hive. No. A family's supposed to really be there in empathy, listen, and understand and grow to help you be stronger. Because there's no guarantee if you're going to get any better. Or there's no guarantee you're not going to get over it. And the doctors can't even guarantee you if the medications they provide are not making it worse. So I smoke weed just to combat all of the pharmaceuticals. And if anyone else has a problem with that, you don't have this condition. Your point is not taken. And all my disabled viewers out there, anyone who says that phrase to you, please also disregard it and question it. Why would they say that phrase when they know what you're going through and act like you're not sick at all? That's not a compliment to me. Never has, never will be. Full winners, full hitters, got a new level, got a no quitters. I can tell you right now, number 4, if anybody's in a long-term or a short-term relationship, whether you've met them before or you've known them all your life or you just met them, if they ever tell you this phrase, it's all in your head. Do not spend any more time wasting on a person who cannot relate, not care to sympathize, even if they're the same sex or the opposite sex. You hear this phrase, it's all in your head. Question why would they use a manipulative, control freak, narcissistic response such as this that would make you sick to your stomach, that they want to think, oh, it's all in your head, but you got to focus on them and they're normal and healthy and you're exploiting every bit of your energy to give your attention to them, but they want to take you for granted because you're a giver. And as far as I'm concerned, anyone who's dating a taker, leave that relationship. Question always that relationship. Because any relationship, friendship, marriage, fiance, to boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever, life partner, the fact is, if you feel like in the slightest gut that it echoes so badly, hearing that phrase, it's all in your head, when you know you're honestly telling them your condition and they want to dismiss it ignorantly, stupidly, that's causing chaos and friction. Don't show love to a taker that wants to give you chaos and friction. And you're not going to mold this taker to become a giver, because if takers are what they want to be, that's what they're going to learn until people take from them. And then they'll realize what they have been taking for granted, and then they start learning to give. So that's exactly what I wanted to share for this episode on gastroparesis, idiopathic disease. It's probably something everyone else is used to hearing, or maybe this might be something new. And if you like this video and you think it's informative to share, please like, subscribe, and do comment and share with friends that you think could relate. I'm tayshimadabs, this is Tay, and I'm leaving you with a bit of info on books, cookbooks, and maybe some information I found on the internet that might help narrow down. I've seen other gastroparesis victims that are still drinking and eating their normal everyday appetite that they grew up eating, but that's slowly killing their body, that their stomach and their digestive tract can't handle. So please, if you see a gastroparesis victim eating something they're not supposed to and they have to follow their diet, be a friend. Don't nag them like they have parents and family that care to do that already. But be a friend to compromise with them and say, dude, I want to see you live longer, and try to see if we can get this to stay down, to get you muscle and fat back, to get stronger. Don't let them continue to eat the wrong things, drink the wrong things that depletes and destroys their life faster. Because that's almost like so scary, worse than a suicide, because it's like a slower death, but you're just waiting for your stomach to shut off. And it's not cool at all seeing a friend do that and not have any say at all to stop it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please tell me how you liked it and comment below so I can make the video better for my viewers. And good night, my YouTube viewers. Thank you for watching.